One of the hardest things in life is looking at someone else and thinking, why am I not like them? We see others' successes, their smiles, their achievements, and suddenly our own life feels small. It's easy to forget that everyone has their own journey, and comparing yourself only steals your peace. Today's story is for anyone who has ever felt, I'll never be as good as them. Listen closely, because this story can change the way you see yourself. In a small town surrounded by rolling hills lived a young girl named Maya. She was kind, smart, and curious. But she had a habit that made her unhappy every day. She constantly compared herself to others. When she saw her classmate Sarah getting perfect marks, Maya thought, why can't I be as smart as her? When she saw her neighbor Leo winning every race, she thought, I wish I could run that fast. Even when she noticed someone drawing a beautiful picture, she would say, I could never do that. These thoughts weighed her down. Every day felt like a battle she couldn't win. One afternoon, while sitting by the town fountain and feeling sad, an old woman approached her. She had a gentle smile, and people called her Aunt Lila. You look troubled, child, Aunt Lila said. I just can't stop thinking about everyone else. They're better than me at everything, Maya whispered. Aunt Lila nodded, her eyes kind but serious. Come with me, she said. Tomorrow morning, meet me at the hilltop. I will show you something important. The next morning, Maya climbed the hill and found Aunt Lila waiting near a patch of wildflowers. Look around, Maya, Aunt Lila said. What do you see? Maya looked carefully. There are so many flowers, red ones, yellow ones, tall ones, small ones. Each one is different. Exactly, Aunt Lila said. Now imagine if the red flower looked at the tall sunflowers and said, why am I so short? Or if the sunflower said, I wish I had red petals. How would that feel? Maya laughed softly. That would be silly. Aunt Lila smiled. Life is like this field of flowers. Every person has their own color, their own shape, their own strengths. Comparing yourself to someone else is like the red flower wishing it was tall. You forget what makes you special. Maya thought about this all day, but old habits die hard. That night, she sat by her window, staring at the stars. But what if I'm just not good enough? She whispered to herself. The next morning, Maya decided to try something small. She would focus on improving one skill of her own, not worrying about anyone else. She loved drawing, so she spent 30 minutes every day practicing. At first, it felt slow. She compared her drawings to her classmates and felt frustrated. But then she remembered Aunt Lila's words and refocused on her own progress. Days turned into weeks. Weeks turned into months. Maya's drawings improved little by little, and she began to feel proud of her work. She noticed that focusing on herself instead of others made her happier and more confident. 1 year later, the town held its annual art competition. Maya entered with a simple painting she had made from her heart. When the results came, she won first place. Excited, she ran to Aunt Lila. I did it. I won. Aunt Lila smiled warmly. Maya, it wasn't winning that mattered. It was the lesson you learned. You stopped comparing yourself and started growing in your own way. That is real success. Maya realized she had transformed. The sadness and doubt that had once weighed her down were gone. She had found her own path, and she loved it. From that day on, Maya never compared herself to anyone again. She focused on her own talents, celebrated her own progress, and encouraged others to do the same. And whenever someone asked her secret, she would smile and say, Don't try to be someone else. The world needs your color, your shape, your voice. If you keep comparing yourself to others, you'll never see your own beauty. Remember, a sunflower doesn't wish to be a rose. A fish doesn't wish to fly. And you don't need to be anyone but yourself. Find your strengths, nurture them, and walk your own path. That is where true happiness and success begin. Stop comparing yourself to others. Focus on your growth and trust that your journey is unique. Your time to shine is already yours. Just keep walking forward.